Hey guys, Adam here with AmericanTrucks.com, and today we've got some bigger news revolving around the 2019 Silverado. As you might be aware, the Detroit Auto Show is going on right now, and Chevy, as expected, made a big appearance to show off a lot more of the 2019 Silverado than they did at their 100th anniversary event in Texas. Now, if you didn't catch my news piece on that, you might want to head there to check it out to see what they had to share, because it was pretty cool considering they flew the truck in on a helicopter. This time they did things a little simpler with a platform full of a few different trim levels of the newly redesigned truck. So let's break down what we found out this weekend. Now, for one thing, Chevy updated us on the trim levels we can expect for this upcoming model year, and there are some good things going on that I'm super excited about. As you know, the truck looks completely different than previous years. New headlights, new front end completely, new rounded wheel wells, hopefully easier on aftermarket wheel and tire setups, we'll see, and a few new looks in the rear. There's a bunch of new info on that appearance coming to light this weekend. We now know that the 4th Gen Silverado is offered in 8 different models and trim levels with 6 different powertrain options. Mark Roos, the head of global development, introduced a new 3-liter inline 6-cylinder turbo diesel to compete with Ford and Ram's diesel options, which he claims will be better fuel-wise, seeing maybe 30 miles per gallon highway. There's also the 5.3 and the 6.2 that we already know and love that will have an industry-first technology that can shut off up to 7 of its 8 cylinders when not needed, like if you're coasting on the highway, which is a lot more than our current Ecotec option that only has the ability to shut off up to 4 cylinders. This would mean a decent improvement in highway mileage, which I know I can really appreciate. Now, Roos also mentioned a 3.6-liter V6 option is available, but he did not confirm or deny the possibility of a 4-cylinder hybrid option, which we could see in the future. Finally, and this is a biggie, there's a 10-speed automatic transmission with start-stop technology coming to the new models, which is new to GM's lineup to compete with Ford's already existing 10-speed trans, although it has not been confirmed for all trim levels. Unfortunately, we do not have any horsepower or torque specs for the 6 different powertrain options, but once they are announced, we'll be the first to let you guys know. Now, when it comes to the actual body design, we know that the new redesign gives us a 1.6-inch longer body, a wheelbase stretched by 3.9 inches for added rear seat legroom, which was confirmed to have 43.8 inches of room, which is 3 inches more than our current trucks on the road. In the last news episode, I mentioned Chevy and Ford's differences of materials used in their trucks and how Chevy wasn't looking to pick up Ford's aluminum body idea, but instead they're going with a mixture of materials in the interest of shedding weight. We now know that they've managed to do so, shedding up to 450 pounds of weight for better fuel efficiency, which is very impressive. We've got a little more info on the suspension of the trucks as well. Chevy noted that we'll see new forged upper control arms in the independent front suspension. In the rear, there are new live axles and revised leaf spring suspension. Some models will even have carbon composite second stage rear springs, similar to that found in the Corvette's handbook. Now, the body is something without a doubt carrying some of the biggest attractions. The changes, a lot of which we've seen in pictures and the reveal footage, but there are definitely some things worth pointing out specifically. All new to GM is a power lift tailgate, which can be controlled by the key fob, an interior button, or by hand. The tailgate can open and shut itself to make it a huge hands-free help to high country owners, but we're not entirely sure just yet if it's available in any other trim levels as an option. Now, the bed itself is 7 inches wider, 7 inches, and now it's got a total of 21 tie-down points, which is a huge jump over the mid-single-digit options of tie-downs we currently have up until now. We could see 4 new tie-downs welded to the middle section of the side of each bed on each side, along with the 4 lower corner tie-downs we've previously had. Now, if you're carrying a lot of cargo in your bed, this is a huge help. The beds offer the largest cargo volume across all trim levels and bed lengths, the short box option boasting a 63 cubic feet cargo volume, which is 20% more than its competition. The rear bumper has small changes, including larger corner steps to access the bed a little easier. Now, inside the bed, you'll also have options to include accessory storage bins above the wheel wells for short box models, which will be lockable while still allowing for, say, a 4x8 plywood to lay flat in the bed. The new trim level options gave us a glimpse into what will change between the few options that we have. We can expect the same high country LTZ, LT, custom, and work truck models, but in addition to that, there are new RST and Trail Boss editions mixed in there. Now, Chevy hasn't released all the exact specifications as to what the models will feature individually, but we did catch a look at their appearances. The RST, or Rally Sport Truck, is going to be the street performer option with a sporty performance appearance with up to 22-inch wheels. The High Country model is of course the top of the line luxury-based truck of the trim setup for the Silverados, and it still carries that look and feel in the 2019 design. The truck as a whole looks a whole lot bigger and more capable. The High Country sports one of the more intimidating front grille designs with a tri-bar lower, a dual upper, and a horizontal bar on both sides of your bow tie badge in the middle. Now, it's a super sleek look that is a bit different than the previous models, and similar designs are found on the LTZ trim level, just with one less bar in the lower portion and small detail switches. This exact grille carries over to the LT Trail Boss model as well. Speaking of the Trail Boss, that edition is found on both LT and custom trim levels. From what we've seen, the Trail Boss editions will have a 2-inch suspension lift and level all around the truck to make it more off-road capable on the trails, hence the name. Now they also get a slightly more aggressive tire, the Goodyear Wrangler 275/65/18, which would make sense for guys looking for more traction and performance on rough terrain like dirt and sand. This will also be on top of the LTZ off-road package, which boasts its usual added goods as well. Now the custom and LT Trail Boss models also see a locking differential, skid plates, and Rancho shocks to go along with that lift. The interior we've seen pictures of on the Chevy site, but there hasn't been a ton of talk on the specifications. We do see the 8-inch touchscreen and smaller options available in respective trim levels, and what looks like a big upgrade to the climate control technology, as well as just all-around creature comfort designs. But we haven't gotten all the full scoops yet. It looks like there is a plethora of buttons and controls under the dual climate control knobs on what presumably is the High Country model, but once we know more, we'll let you know. Before we go, of course, I want to give something away. To be entered to win our giveaway, you want to subscribe, share the video, and comment below letting us know what you want to see in the next episode of the haul in the future. Now this time around, you'll be entered to win the WeatherTech Digital Fit front over-the-hump floor liners, and the winner will be announced in the next news piece. Now speaking of announcing a winner, I want to give a big congratulations to the winner of our last giveaway, Scott W. Congrats, dude. Definitely spend the $100 gift card wisely. Well, that just about does it for me. You want to make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date on the upcoming specs for the newly redesigned 2019 Silverado and the Sierra, which will be announced later this year. You'll catch more news pieces, upcoming truck builds, and cool product reviews, so keep it locked right here at AmericanTrucks.com.